Colonial history might seem like a distant and irrelevant topic confined to dusty textbooks and forgotten empires, yet its significance is far from obsolete. However, the legacies of this era continue to shape our present in profound ways, influencing global power dynamics, cultural identities, and social inequalities. The decisions made during colonial times have left an indelible mark on the world stage, affecting international relations and economic policies. Understanding colonial history is not about dwelling on the past, it's about illuminating the present and shaping a more just future. By studying the events and policies of colonial times, we can uncover the roots of many contemporary issues and work towards resolving them. By confronting the uncomfortable truths of colonialism, we can better understand the world we live in today. This understanding can lead to meaningful conversations and actions that address the lingering effects of colonialism. The echoes of colonial rule resonate through time, manifesting in the borders that define nations, the languages we speak, and the systemic inequalities that persist. These borders often reflect the arbitrary lines drawn by colonial powers, which have led to conflicts and divisions that continue to this day. From the Americas to Africa, Asia to Australia, the impact of colonialism is undeniable. Indigenous cultures were disrupted and their ways of life were often suppressed or altered. The cultural heritage of these regions bears the scars of colonial influence. By delving into the complexities of this historical period, we gain valuable insights into the roots of contemporary issues such as global inequality, racial prejudice, and cultural misunderstandings. These insights can inform policies and initiatives aimed at creating a more equitable world. Recognizing the enduring influence of colonialism is not about assigning blame or perpetuating resentment, it's about acknowledging the historical forces that have shaped our world. This recognition can pave the way for reconciliation and healing. It's about understanding how the past continues to impact the present, often in subtle and unseen ways. The architecture of our cities, the languages we speak, and the cultural practices we observe all carry traces of colonial history. By engaging with colonial history, we can foster greater empathy, promote cross-cultural understanding, and work towards a more just and equitable future for all. This engagement can lead to a deeper appreciation of our shared humanity and the diverse experiences that shape our world. The age of colonialism witnessed the rise of European empires driven by a thirst for power, wealth, and resources. This era marked a significant shift in global dynamics as European nations sought to expand their influence far beyond their own borders. Nations like Britain, France, Spain, Portugal, and the Netherlands embarked on ambitious voyages of exploration, claiming vast territories across the globe. These expeditions were often perilous, involving long sea journeys and encounters with unknown lands and peoples. Through military might, technological advancements, and strategic alliances, these colonial powers established sprawling empires that stretched across continents. Innovations in navigation, weaponry, and shipbuilding played crucial roles in their ability to conquer and control distant lands.
Motivated by a complex interplay of economic, political, and ideological factors, these empires exploited the resources and labor of colonized populations. The extraction of raw materials and the establishment of plantations and mines were central to their economic strategies. The pursuit of spices, gold, silver, and other valuable commodities fueled the expansion of colonial empires. These goods were highly sought after in Europe, driving demand and further incentivizing colonial ventures. European powers sought to control trade routes, establish monopolies, and extract maximum profit from their overseas possessions. The establishment of trading companies and the creation of exclusive trading rights were common practices.
This period of rapid expansion transformed the global landscape, leaving an indelible mark on the political, economic, and social fabric of both colonizer and colonized. The boundaries of modern nations were often drawn during this time with lasting consequences. Indigenous populations were often displaced, enslaved, or subjected to brutal forms of exploitation. The impact on these communities was devastating, leading to significant loss of life, culture, and autonomy. The introduction of new crops, diseases, and cultural practices had profound and lasting impacts on the regions under colonial rule. While some exchanges were beneficial, such as the introduction of new agricultural products, others were catastrophic, particularly the spread of diseases to which indigenous populations had no immunity. While traditional historical narratives often focus on the perspectives of the colonizers, it's crucial to uncover the lesser-known stories of resistance, resilience, and cultural survival among colonized populations. These stories, often overshadowed by the dominant narratives, reveal the true spirit and strength of those who lived through these challenging times. History is replete with unsung heroes, individuals and communities who challenged colonial rule, fought for their rights, and preserved their cultural heritage in the face of oppression. These heroes, though not always recognized in mainstream history books, played pivotal roles in shaping the course of their nation's histories.
From the indigenous warriors who resisted European encroachment to the enslaved Africans who rose up against their captors, acts of defiance and resilience punctuated the colonial era. These acts were not just physical confrontations, but also included spiritual and cultural resistance, which were equally powerful. These acts of resistance took many forms, from armed uprisings and guerrilla warfare, where communities took up arms to defend their land and people, to subtle acts of cultural preservation, where traditions, languages, and customs were kept alive despite the oppressive colonial regimes, and the formation of underground networks of solidarity. These networks provided support, shared information, and coordinated efforts to resist the colonizers.
One such example is the story of Queen Nzinga of Ndongo and Matamba, a powerful ruler in 17th century Angola. Her story is a testament to the strength and resilience of those who stood against colonial powers. Queen Nzinga fiercely resisted Portuguese colonialism for decades, leading her people in numerous battles and employing clever tactics to outmaneuver her enemies. Her strategic brilliance, diplomatic skills, and unwavering determination made her a formidable adversary to the Portuguese, inspiring her people to fight for their freedom. Her legacy continues to inspire generations, reminding us of the power of resilience and the importance of preserving our history. Colonialism's impact extended far beyond political boundaries and economic exploitation. It left deep scars on the social fabric of societies, shaping identities, beliefs, and relationships for generations to come. The forced displacement of populations, the imposition of foreign languages and cultures, and the systematic dismantling of traditional ways of life resulted in profound cultural and psychological trauma.
The transatlantic slave trade, a particularly horrific chapter in colonial history, forcibly uprooted millions of Africans from their homelands, subjecting them to unimaginable brutality and dehumanization. The legacy of this inhumane system continues to cast a long shadow, impacting racial relations, economic opportunities, and social justice movements today.
Despite the atrocities they faced, colonized peoples found ways to resist, adapt, and preserve their identities. They created new forms of cultural expression, blending their traditions with those of their oppressors, resulting in a rich tapestry of hybrid cultures that continue to evolve today.